In 1967, it was an exciting time to be a college student on the campus of Kearney State College. We were wearing miniskirts to class. On television, we were watching Laugh-In, I Love Lucy, Gunsmoke, and Sonny and Cher. We were listening to radio and playing 45 vinyl records with the Beatles, Elvis, Diana Ross and the Supremes. There was so much going on. The Vietnam War was raging. We put the first man on the moon. Richard Nixon was our president. And the women's rights movement was going strong.
My name is Glenna-Derr. It was Johnson as my maiden name, and I grew up at Overton, Nebraska. I think we were a group of girls that were looking for a challenge. We just felt like there maybe wasn't enough sororities or enough opportunities for girls on campus.
In 1968 and 69, it was 5,000 students at Kearney, and you knew almost everyone. It was just a great time to live. My name is Joyce Bryan-Strout. I'm from Holdridge, Nebraska. I went through Rush and was a bit discouraged with what I was learning. We were looking for something genuine. We were looking for the realness. Right in the middle of Rush, 3 of us decided to walk over to Dean Sisler and ask what we had to do to start a new sorority.
Well, a group of us went to Dean Sisler's office, and she encouraged us to go meet another group of gals that really had the same thing in mind. The 5 founders of AOII were Glenna Johnson, Joyce Bryan, Christy Best, Kathy Lewis, and myself, Betty Powers.
The 5 of us met in one of the dorms and just started talking about the same vision of starting a new sorority at Kearney campus. And everybody that was in our dormitory environment was really part of that outreach. They could hear what we were saying. And it just became easy to say that the first 14 of us were all within that family within our dorms. It was just a great time when we sat down and said, so what do we call this fun little group that we're creating? And we went through the entire Greek alphabet. We decided on Phi Sigma Phi. Phi was the fawn, and we chose a fawn because it was like the beginning of our Greek system, neonates in the Greek system, and everyone had fawns everywhere around the room.
We then had like rush parties at the student union where we met girls and tried to find new girls that would fit in, or in our dorms. We started with nothing. We had to do rush, and that was at the time when rush was big parties. You had to have songs, you had to have food, you had costumes, plus we had to have people behind the scenes to help us, where a lot of sororities have their alum group to support them. Well, we didn't have an alum group. I think being us was easy, but trying to make it impressive so people wanted to be part of us was the hard part.
After we had been local for about a year and a half as Phi Sigma Phi members, we started to search. At the same time, we started to get calls from national sororities. And it was really an exciting time because most people who join a sorority don't have that experience of choosing which national they will go with. So we were actually rushed by nationals. And they would come in and make presentations to us. They would tell us about their philanthropy, their flowers. They bring in their headquarters personnel. And as a group of about 60 of us at that time, we listened, we observed, we absorbed everything that they had to say.
I was always amazed that the Phi Sigs, and then of course the AOIIs, it was the fastest growing sorority on campus.
The activities that we did as AOIIs were pretty much the same, except we carried a national name with us. As Phi Sigma Phis, we had the Love is Blue formal. As AOIIs, we had and planned the Rose formal. We had ATO pajama parties. We had the SIGEP Bike-a-thon, which we won, by the way.
We had the Little Sister program, so we all had a little sister. And if something special happened, like if somebody got lavaliered or pinned or pearled or engaged, we passed the candle.
You know, we started with 5, and then we grew to 14, and then we had the first pledge class of 20, and it just kept growing and growing.
And I don't think we ever dreamt it would turn out to be like it is. This is kind of overwhelming when you begin to think about the big picture of what happened. Very proud of the women that were with us, that first 14. It makes you feel very, very good.
We just had no idea that what we did was going to be so wonderful. It was fantastic. A little band of girls with a local sorority, and that it would develop into something like this. Yeah, we're really proud.
The feeling that I have is one of great pride, and it's great love for every one of those sisters that has been a part of Kearney Phi Sigma Chapter. It is something that you will carry with you for the rest of your life, and it's something that you treasure, just like I do everywhere. Oh my gosh. I need a second. I know, because I didn't think after 45 years, wow, it would be so great. After all these years, it is an incredible feeling of pride to think that AOII has not only sustained, but they have achieved so much in such a short time. The Phi Sigma chapter of AOII in Kearney has continued to be so strong throughout these last years because of the commitment of special people. They've been there with the house, they've been there with the problems. It's because of the people. It's the leadership of tomorrow. It's the members that are there today, the sisters in our sisterhood that will carry on, that will make a commitment to be a part of the Phi Sigma future of AOII on the campus. It takes strength, it takes endurance, it takes courage to step forward to take officerships, and it takes dedication to be and to continue to make AOII on campus the very best that it can be.